Morning, teacher and classmates. I am with my expert, the Dr. Eric Van Der Berghe. He will explain us some topics and some questions about my English project. The topic of my English project is human health related with the environment. My first question is, what do you think is the relationship between the environment and the human health?
for the for the for people or the human body to be healthy, obviously we need to be surrounded by healthy environment. For example, the air we breathe, if it's contaminated, you're going to have problems related to respiration, lungs, all the toxins that are in the air get absorbed into the body. The same goes for food. The same goes for water. The two are intimately related.
And then you think that we need to have a healthy environment to have healthy people, for example. In other aspect, why do you think it's important to have a health environment?
But let me turn it around. Why would you even remotely consider the possibility that we could be healthy in an unhealthy environment?
Yes, that is true.
It just defies logic that we would be healthy if the surroundings are not healthy.
And for example, for the trees or the animals, is very important to have.
For them, it's equally important. We usually prioritize ourselves, but if we make the environment healthy for everything else, it benefits us too.
And what do you think is the role that humans play in the degradation of the environment?
We're the single most destructive species that has ever walked this planet. Okay, so nature left alone, there isn't a single other species out there that causes major problems. We are unique in that respect. Fortunately, we're also intelligent enough that if we put our minds to it, if we want to, we can also reverse those problems and stop contaminating and start living in a sustainable manner.
And related with the question, you think without the presence of the humans, the environment will be better of alone, or with humans the environment will be better?
Unfortunately, my answer has to be the planet would be a healthier and safer and more balanced place without the presence of humans. But that does not necessarily mean, okay, get rid of all humans. Like I said before, humans are smart enough that what we're doing right now does not have to be what we're doing in the future. Our survival as a species depends on our making more intelligent decisions and managing the planet in a responsible manner.
And then we can say that the majority of the environment programs are related, for example, with the industry or something like that.
Not necessarily industry. It can be farming. It can be energy and energy use. Not everything needs to be. Industry is not the only culprit. Yes, industry is heavily responsible for pollution, but there are many other issues involved.
And in terms of issue of global warming, you think that is a natural cycle, or the humans have importance in that topic?
90% humans, 10% natural.
And then we can say that without humans, the issue of global warming will happen, but most slowly.
No, not necessarily. It wouldn't be. What I'm saying is it would not be an issue. The planet has gone through many cycles of warming and cooling without the influence of humans. The problem with humans is that not the fact that the climate is changing, but the rate of change. A very slow change allows for everything to adapt quite well. A rapid rate of change is very hard to adapt to, and the rate of change that we are producing is very rapid compared to changes that have happened in the past.
And how do you think that we can make the other people take conscience about the importance of the environment, to have a healthy environment?
I think people have a conscience. There's enough information in the media that you can ask anyone on the street and they will have heard about climate change, and they will have heard that it's bad, and they will know roughly what causes it. The problem is for the individual person, it's like one person doesn't make a difference. It's all the other people that are at fault. So what needs to happen is not to change the behavior or attitudes of one person, but to change behavior and attitudes of the everybody on the planet. And that basically requires governments taking action. The first steps are some of the meetings and treaties that they're signing, but that in itself is not going to be enough.
And the other question is, a damage caused to the environment can be irreversible? If the answer is yes, how?
Time. Time. Nature will fix the problems, but nature works slowly. As I have said, that the rate of change we created is very fast. The rate at which we have put carbon dioxide out there is much faster than would happen in nature. What the carbon that nature put into coal and fossil fuels, that happened over millions of years. In 100 years, we've put much of that back into the atmosphere. It's going to take thousands of years to bring it back, or to put it back into the forms that it was, removing it from the atmosphere. So, yes, nature will fix it. If our species fails to survive, things will go back to normal, but it's not a fast process.
And then if we don't continue make damage to the environment, this will be better in a few years, or
Like I say, right now we're on a trajectory of change that even if we stop burning fossil fuels and stop polluting tomorrow, we're still going to see the effects for hundreds of years. But where the difference is in the angle are the rate of change. If we make changes now, the future changes are going to be less drastic than if we continue as we are now.
And related with the water, we know that the water is running out. You think that is true, or is just a campaign to make the people aware?
There's plenty of water on the planet. The problem is how much of it is usable for drinking. How much of it is safe for drinking and for the uses that we want to put it to. There we have limitations. Fortunately for us, the limitations are not quite as severe as the media would have us believe, because up there, every time it rains, there's more clean water coming down. We need to use that clean water more efficiently. So here's a dry habitat. It rains, and most of that rain just runs off and disappears. We need to catch more of it and save it and store it for when we need it in the dry season. Okay, so we need to be more efficient about how we use the water, because there's no doubt that in a dry season, or especially in a long dry season, we start running out.
Okay. Do you think that the emergence of new diseases are related with the polluted environment, or is normal that
It's normal.
it's normal that we can have new diseases?
Yeah, because microbes evolve and mutate, and that's normal. That's a normal part of evolution.
Okay. And then, what do you think is the most important aspect of the environment, of how we can make a better environment? We like people, like society.
You mean, how can we make a healthier environment?
Yeah.
Basically, stop polluting. Stop putting all those chemicals out there that come back to harm us. So be conscious of what you're doing every time you're using products. Think twice about, okay, is buying this product going to be good or going to be bad? And if it's going to be bad, do you have another alternative? So just be thinking about alternatives, and then considering which one is going to be best for the environment. If everybody does that, the problems would be greatly reduced.
Okay. And that is all in my interview. I want to say thank you to the Dr. Eric
You're welcome.
for your time and for all your knowledge, and because you have a very important work in Zamorano, and I think that is very important, and we need to be thankful for that. Bye.
You're welcome.